Hey guys, it's Vel, and I am here to bring you my May Candle Empties. So I have quite a bit to get through. I'm going to go ahead and get started with these two lovely candles. The one on the left is a Peony Garden scent from the brand Everyday Luxe, which you can find at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Home Goods, and in Canada you can find it at Winners, Home Scents. And then the other candle is a root jar, and this is in the scent Paradise. This is a large queen bee jar, and I purchased this in 2015. I purchased several of these jars because the scent is amazing, so I'll get into that. But the Peony Gardens is a 3-wick tumbler. It's pretty comparable to a Bath & Body Works sized candle, and I really enjoyed it. It had really strong flames. It threw really well overall. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the strongest, it was about a 7 or an 8. And the thing that I really love about this candle is that it is kind of reminiscent of Pink Petal Tea Cake. It has a similar kind of vibe to it, like a similar note to it. So the peony is really nice. I find that Peony Gardens is a little bit fruitier than Pink Petal Tea Cake, and it also doesn't have the bakery element that the real Pink Petal Tea Cake has. But what I love about Peony Gardens is that you can blend it with something bakery and kind of recreate something similar to Pink Petal Tea Cake. It's not a total dupe, but it's similar to it. It's kind of in the same family. I did review this one, so I will link it below, so you guys, if you want more information on it, you can watch that video. I paid $6.99 for it with this label. I bought 2 of them actually with this label, but I also found Peony Gardens with a different label on clearance at my stores for $4. So I ended up getting like 5 or 6 of them, whatever they had left, I bought for $4. I mean, really? So yes, I really love it. I love having it in my candle collection, and it's a really nice scent on its own, but it's also beautiful to blend, and it goes really well with bakery, vanilla bakery cupcakes, cookie scents, anything like that. So it's a great one to be on the lookout for. So the root jar, I hauled these in 2015. It was one of the like monthly, like one of the scents of the month or something at the time. And so I picked up a couple of these Paradise ones, and it smells like a tropical smoothie. It is so, so delicious. It has a floral element to it, but it's mostly just really fruity. What really stands out to me is like pineapple, some coconut, a little citrus. It's just really, really good. Yeah, I'm just smelling the lid. It's so delicious. So I absolutely loved this scent. And I have a little bit of a story with this jar because I started off burning it, but I got a little bit overly excited because I have 3 new candle warmers that I got from Target. So I thought, I wonder if I can throw this jar in a candle warmer, a candle lamp, I should say, and see if I can just intensify the throw on this, because typically if you put it in a warmer or a candle lamp, it will intensify the scent throw. So it absolutely did do what I wanted it to do. It was like the Paradise deliciousness on steroids in my house. It smelled so good, but unfortunately the root jars are a lot messier when you're discarding the leftover wax that doesn't have the scent left in it anymore. The root jars are pretty messy, so my jar got really kind of messed up. I tried pushing the wax down. You can see some scratch marks in there, but really a beautiful scent. I absolutely recommend it, but I've kind of learned my lesson that I'm not going to use a candle lamp with this anymore. I'm just going to stick with burning. They're just a little messier than I wanted to deal with the candle lamp situation. But I absolutely love this scent, and I definitely would recommend buying it. So I also burned 2 3-wick DW home candles. The one on the top is Sage Melon. The one on the bottom is Sweet Pea Pomegranate. I did actually review both of these this month, so I will link those reviews down below if you want more information on them. But overall, a little bit inconsistent with this particular brand, I'm finding out. Last month in April, I did go ahead and burn Wild Honey Nectar. It was a great thrower and a great burner. Then Sage Melon this month was a really good burner overall. It did have wicks that fizzled a tiny little bit. I thought I might have puny wicks on my hands, but that really wasn't the case. I had no issues with it pulling out. It did a really great job. Sweet Pea Pomegranate, though, was the worst performer as far as wanting to pull out. The wicks were pretty puny. I did have to cotton ball it a little bit. It did improve it a little tiny bit, but it was still just problematic and really a hard one to kind of get through. So I was not happy with that. So overall, I'm finding that these DW Home 3 wicks can be a little bit inconsistent on burn quality, and also with scent throw. I did find that both of these were pretty darn light, and that was disappointing. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the strongest, I would put these at about 4. Honestly, on average, they were both pretty much a 4. Really not that strong, just very mildly scented, and definitely, in my opinion, not worth a repurchase. So I would save my money on these again. Really beautiful scents, just really not worth it for the money. So I also finished a candle from Swan Creek Candle Company, and if you guys are not familiar with this brand yet, it has just been extremely popular recently. People are just loving this brand of candles, and for very good reason. This particular candle of mine in Vanilla Pound Cake was an incredible thrower. If you're interested in knowing more about this scent, I'm going to direct you over to Melanie at Mr. Kong's Mom. She did review this one, and I think she has some other reviews of other different fragrances that she's been burning from this brand. But I bought this at a local retailer. It was $12.95. I believe they're normally about $12.50 for a 12-ounce jar, which is what mine is. They do free shipping on $50. I have yet to order from them, but I'm definitely going to. That's on my list of candle brands to get more acquainted with, because I was really impressed with this one. It's just very sweet and cakey, but it has a strong buttery note, but it's really, really good. My husband, though, just being him, thought that I was making popcorn when I lit this, and I thought that was pretty funny, but it definitely has that like pound cake butter note for sure, and it's just really sweet and cakey, and it's a great thrower. And I did have some sooting at the top, which you can kind of see there. Part of that is my fault because I wasn't exactly trimming the wicks maybe as often as I should have, but overall it was just a great performer, a great burner, a great thrower. It pulled out every time, and I am definitely looking forward to buying more of these candles. So definitely a good brand to check out. Okay guys, so I also have 2 Root candles that Root Candle sent to me for free. So in case you haven't already heard, Root Candle was nice enough. They were looking for people to review their candles, people with Instagram accounts, YouTube accounts. So they wanted us to test out their candles and just, share our feedback about them. So I do have reviews for both of these. I will link them below. There is a coupon code going around right now. It's for 40% off, so I'll leave that information down below as well. But Root sent me both of these. I really enjoyed them, and the one that really surprised me the most was the small Veriglass that you see right here in the scent Sun-Dried Cotton. This scent just blew me away because I normally really, even to some degree, despise cotton fragrances. And literally, I can take a deep breath of this jar and it just smells so good. There's something about it that I really like. And I was doing some research, and I said this in my review, but there are no citrus notes in this one. And a lot of times I think that's why I don't like cotton fragrances, because they're a little sharp for me. And this one is just so much softer and so much nicer. And I would absolutely repurchase this one. I just loved it. And you can see that, it burned down really well. This is just a small, it's a small candle. It's only a little over 6 ounces. So it pulls out really well and everything because it is so small. But, it does leave a little residue on the jar, but look at how far it burned down. It just left the tiniest little bit of wax at the bottom. It was 100% an amazing burner, so I was really surprised by that. This one is a limited edition candle from the Vanilla Infusions collection, and they sent me the one in Vanilla Berry. And, this one I did have to foil every now and then, just when I noticed it maybe needing a little boost just to completely pull out, but it really was a nice burner. So let me just show you the inside, and it was, really no issues with it. There's the wax down there. I took the little tab out for the wick when it was still hot on the last burn, but really it did a great job, and I liked it. But I will tell you that toward the bottom, right in this area, it kind of stopped throwing. So I would say right where this bottom label is on down, I wouldn't say it stopped throwing, but the throw had been reduced a little bit. So for me, it wasn't quite as strong all the way through, like the whole entire candle, whereas this one was strong the whole way through. So, really good. I'm happy with them overall. I would absolutely repurchase this one because I like the scent so much, which really surprises me. And then the Vanilla Plus Berry, I like it. I would recommend this scent if you like sort of a berry ice cream kind of fragrance. And I absolutely enjoyed it. But I feel like because I do have some other berry candles and some other like vanilla candles that, for me, it's not going to be an automatic repurchase, but it was really nice. So I definitely liked it. If you're in the market for a candle like that, it's a good one for sure. Okay, so I also kind of finished 3 Colonial Candles this month. I have a large jar finishing up in Pistachio Gelato. I bought this at Marshall's. I found them for $9.99 back in 2015, so I just got this one, but I hauled a couple of other scents at that time. This was a really great performer, just overall a really nice burner. It was not a red-coated bottom, which typically the red-coated bottoms have some burning issues, and thankfully this one was not a red coat, and it was just a fabulous burner. You can see that there's just a tiny little bit of wax there at the very bottom that I am finishing up, but it was a really good thrower. Overall, I would say not too strong, but probably about a 7, I would say. Definitely noticeable. There were many times where I was burning some other candles, and this one always stood out more than the other ones that I was burning with it. So for that reason, it definitely kind of stood on its own really well and really just threw well. I like this scent because you definitely get that nutty pistachio quality. It's not as much of like an ice cream or gelato scent that you might think. It definitely is like sweet and creamy, but just not quite in an ice cream way. But I really liked the pistachio note that I could get from this, and it was sweet for sure. So I liked it. If I ever saw it again, I would probably buy it in maybe like a medium 8-ounce jar, but I don't know if I would really go for a big 22-ouncer again. But it definitely is a nice scent, so I did enjoy it. And then as far as the small jars here, these are in the Rio de Janeiro Hibiscus and Java scent. I have 2 of them, and these both were amazing. I would absolutely buy this scent again. It's definitely a really nice sort of clean floral, like soft, springy, summery kind of clean floral, but you get a tiny little hint of that coffee bean kind of note. And I just love the combination. It definitely leans more to the floral side. It's not what you would think of as sort of your typical coffee kind of fragrance by any means, but it definitely has that little hint of coffee, like Java, cocoa bean, not cocoa bean, has a little hint of like that Java, coffee bean kind of smell to it. It's really unique. It's kind of hard to describe, but it definitely leans a little bit more floral, but I would absolutely buy this again if I saw it like at TJ Maxx or something. Okay, and then I also burned 2 Goose Creeks this month, and one of you lovely viewers out there actually told me when I reviewed my Sweet Petals candle on the left, the medium-sized one, that the reason that I wasn't having any wick issues this time is because these were older jars, and I did purchase these in 2015, but the interesting thing is, and that I didn't know this before, is that if you ever get a Goose Creek and it has this little tree symbol instead of a leaf symbol, because they switched over to a leaf symbol. If it has that little tree symbol, more than likely you will have nice strong flames. And I'm so happy to know that now. So if you ever come across one at like a Burlington or something like that, by some off chance that you find one with a tree instead of a leaf, that's how you know that it has stronger flames. But with that comes a lot of soot. So true to Goose Creek form, as far as the old jars are concerned, both of these had quite a bit of soot that you can see, and that was a little bit annoying, I have to say. But on the positive side, it had those types of wicks, both of them, where you could trim them super, super short, and you got like the best flames, the best performance. I mean, they pulled out great. but both of them did not have a very good throw. So that was extremely disappointing, and you know, I would not repurchase either one of them. The Sweet Petals for me, I did review, so I'll link that if you want to know more about it, but it was just really soft, and it wasn't really any specific kind of petal scent to me. It was more like on a spring day if you were walking outside, and you know how sometimes the wind blows and there's all those fresh blooms on the trees and stuff like that, and you sometimes get a little whiff of just a mix of really soft florals in the air. That's what that smells like to me. And then Spun Sugar is actually pretty perfumey, I would say, honestly. It doesn't really have a cotton candy smell. It's sugary, but not like cotton candy that you would think, kind of. And it does have like more of a perfumey kind of smell to it. So it was okay, but you know, not the best. I wouldn't really recommend this scent at all. I didn't really like it as much as I thought I might. But both of them really had no throw. But when they did throw, when I was able to pick them out, I really wasn't, you know, super impressed by the scents. So for me, I would not repurchase either one of these, and I would not recommend them. But if you are in the market for a Goose Creek and you're looking at sort of like a Tuesday Morning or a Burlington or somewhere like that, if you do happen to stumble across a Goose Creek with the tree symbol there in the middle instead of the leaf symbol, you'll pretty much be looking at some pretty good wicks, at least. Just because I know that more of my recent Goose Creek jars with the leaf symbol tend to have some burning issues and puny wicks. So the only good thing about these were the wicks, for sure. Okay guys, so the last 3 candles that I burned this month from left to right are Yankee Candles. One is in white gardenia, then pink hibiscus, and then this writing jar in the scent Sweet Blooms, which is actually a plumeria fragrance. So I went ahead and reviewed all of these this month. The one that I was most impressed with was the pink hibiscus. It was the strongest of the 3. I really, really liked it, and this is actually a UK candle. It was originally just released over in the UK, and it's an online exclusive item now, and you know, it was really, really nice. I liked it a lot. So I did review actually all of these this month, so I will go ahead and link those below if you want to know more about the scents in particular. Then I really liked white gardenia. I thought it was beautiful, but actually the scent throw really kind of dissipated toward the end. But it was absolutely a gorgeous burner. I mean, the wax color was just crystal clear and just beautiful the entire burn, which was so nice. And then the Sweet Blooms, which I said was a plumeria scent, that one was really beautiful, but out of the 3, it was the lightest thrower. I liked it though. I mean, it was kind of hard for me to kind of describe it because I feel like it would throw and then not throw and then throw and then not throw. So, I don't know, I'm a little bit mixed on it. It really is a beautiful scent. I absolutely love it. I would actually even probably go as far as to say that I would repurchase it just because it does remind me of the Bath & Body Works Plumeria Body Care, which I really, really like. So for that reason, I would absolutely, I don't know, I would probably be tempted to buy it again, but I'm not gonna, you know, hoard it. I'm not gonna like run out and repurchase it anytime soon, but if I came across it again, I would probably consider repurchasing it. And that's probably true with all 3 of these, truthfully. I would probably consider tarts for sure, and the white gardenia and the pink hibiscus. I absolutely would love to have these scents again in some way. I just don't know if I would commit to a full-size jar now that I have gone through them. But beautiful, beautiful fragrances for sure, and Sweet Blooms was really nice as well, but just not probably as available as the other 2 would be. But overall, a decent Yankee month. I am happy with it. I was really feeling these florals this month, but again, the pink hibiscus out of the 3 was the best one. I mean, the best thrower, and I probably enjoyed that one the most. So anyway, you guys, that is it for my May Candle Empties. So thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know if you have any questions about any of the scents, and I will leave it at that. So I'm looking forward to June, so I will see you guys then. Bye.